Hey guys, welcome to the Mike and Marie Show.
All right, welcome to the show. My name is Mike.
And I'm Marie.
And this is the Mike and Marie Show.
Yes, so we are here talking about our marriage. We've had so many friends and family ask how we do it and how they like how we worked well together. So we thought through, especially these crazy times, why not sit down and kind of break down our marriage.
And create a show out of it, since we had it, right? Why not? Since 2020 is a year that just went crazy. Went upside down for everybody.
Well, COVID is why we're making this. It's something for us to do to keep our minds productive. So we still feel like we're giving back to the community. We're not just sitting around doing nothing.
That's very, very easy to do. If you lost your job or relationships or money or anything, it's a good moment to realize, what can I do next?
And especially if you've always been told that, like, hey, we look up to you, from your friends and family. And I'm sure there are marriages, even good ones right now, that are really being tested,
Yeah, some of them are being tested, once again, for a lot of points. It's not just COVID-19. I think a lot of people are trying to blame it on the COVID-19 to get divorced or to do something else, but it's not. It's problems that started many years before this pandemic started.
Yeah, like if they had problems, but like life kept them busy, their work, their jobs, their kids, your life kept you busy, and now like you're stuck at home with this person that is driving you crazy.
Yeah, every little thing can spark up a fight, or anything can break in the house, and it's like, you should have fixed that 10 months ago. Like things just break, and little things happen in life. It's just people put more emphasis right now.
So what do you think are some of the things that we can say to our listeners that are to kind of start the conversation with that?
One of the main things is patience. I think everybody is being tested. Their patience is being tested.
Yeah, just be a little more affectionate with each other. I know sometimes you might not want to, but it's kind of the small things. Like today I woke up late, super late. Why not? I'm not going anywhere. But you made me coffee. And it's just like, and not just any old coffee, but coffee the way I like to drink it. And it's those small things that help through the day. It's funny because when you do get married, you're taught to think you're one person now. And you're not one person. So therefore, what I like is not always what you like, and vice versa. And sometimes just showing a little kindness to each other, even when that other person has made you upset or you're annoyed, just to keep a little kindness, breathe a little bit, and then if you need to have a conversation, have a conversation. But always take that deep breath. You know that saying, when you get mad and you want to write a letter to somebody, you write a letter and then you delete it or tear it up and you write another one? It's kind of like the same thing when you take that breath.
Yeah. The pandemic has created so many chances, but at the end of the day, it's kind of like how you set up your bases, in life. Like if you put a plant, put the water on it, every day you have to put water. That's marriage. Marriage is like a small little plant that you just put it on the ground. You have to put water every day, make sure it gets a lot of sun. If it rains too much, bring it inside the house. That's marriage. It's very fragile. If you put the plant and you step on it, it breaks.
But I think too, why we can start breaking this down for our listeners is we have good communication skills. We listen to each other. And listening, my listeners out there, is not obeying what a person is telling you this. It is mostly about, okay, yes, I hear what you're saying and I understand what you're saying. It's not so much like, yeah, I'm not doing what you, I'm a woman, like I can do it on my own. Like I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I don't need your help. Like you already are cutting off.
Yeah.
And vice versa for a man. I don't need a woman's help. I can do it on my ways, right? Like you're automatic. You're not listening. At that point, your ego has dropped in, and you're not listening.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're doing this show because the fact that when we go out and we have another friends and they're couples and I got the guys separating, when we're alone, they come and ask me, man, how do you deal with this issue? How do, they don't ask about my marriage, but they ask issues that they're going through.
Right. They wanna understand. And marriage is not easy. And, I felt when our marriage became like, started feeling what other people were saying. Like I physically felt it within us that we kind of grew together.
Yeah.
Because there was for a bit locking horns.
Yeah. No, and I think that's every marriage. But the problem is that the way they see it. They see it how, oh, we have an issue. So how am I going to deal with this issue? And I'm not going to tell my wife there is an issue. And trust me, she will always find out.
Yes, they will.
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah.
Number one reason why our marriage works.
Yeah.
Is because we do not believe in lies. There is nothing that I don't know, and there's nothing that he doesn't know. Whether it makes him upset, whether it makes me upset, we are honest.
And it's a lot easier said than do because I've seen guys that like, oh, I'm not going to tell my wife. And then when everything hit the fence, it's like, oh, I should have told her. Yeah, you should have. Communicate.
Yeah, just have the communication because there's so many things to argue about. And there's so many things that don't get fixed the way you want it to get fixed or done when you've asked for it to be done. Like, you just want certain things done and you want it done your way. And sometimes it really doesn't matter as long as it's done. And that's a pill that I've had to swallow myself, But at the end of the day, it's done, it's fixed.
You see relationships where the guy is a total douche and you ask yourself, how can the person be with something like that? And then you meet the wife and she brings you cookies to the game and you're like, wow, she's extremely cool. But at that point, it's nothing you can do.
But too, a lot of men do not know how to be nice to anyone except for their one person. You know what I'm saying? Because you were like that. You weren't really all that nice to other girls.
I wasn't nice to anybody.
I was like the only one from start.
Yeah.
That you were.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't nice, especially in the background that I was into the radio music industry, and it was very hard to be nice to people first because people were coming with intentions all the time.
Right.
They know that, if I become friends with him, I can meet such and such, or get into
like
here,
they're
get into
using
that.
you where everybody wants a favor.
Exactly.
And I've seen it a lot of men just.
Yeah.
And it's not until you really start getting friendly with their wives that they're like, oh, okay, I can be nice.
Yeah. So
and you see the change.
Yeah, you see the change totally. And I was nice to you, one, because I knew you before my career into the music, and I really like you for a pretty long time, a really, really long time. So I was like, wow, yeah, I really like her. And I was nice. And I was nice probably with two people, you and my best friend. I still have a best friend, and, I call him my brother from another mother.
Yes.
But,
maybe we'll have him join the podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Later down the road in a couple episodes.
Yeah, because he will be
they're really
a full
funny.
episode.
They're really, really funny together.
Once you find that person, you will be happy. You will change. And I'm not saying that you have to change to like somebody. It's not about changing because it becomes automatically. You don't have to change. You just have to be yourself. And within you just...
But your husband, at the end of the day, has to be considered a best friend.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to replace your girl best friend. But at the end of the day, you have to look at him as a best friend. And two... Another thing with our marriage, and we do this very well, is break down our marriage. So if I say I need to talk to a friend, I need to talk to a business partner, I'm like, all right, don't talk to me like your wife. I'm talking to you as a business partner. I come with this, and I have these plans, and he's, you're hard.
Yeah.
but you're the person I need you to be in that moment. If I need a friend, you become that friend.
Yeah. And you see couples that they actually work together, and they don't know how to turn that work off.
Yeah. It's
And
like they
then
work together and they're always,
the
they
same.
turn into a work marriage. And that, you have to be able to turn the switches, you know?
Sometimes we have to be friends. Sometimes we have to be parents.
Even when I'm angry and upset, but I still have to speak to him because we have 2 boys. And we have to be parents no matter what.
Parents first, exactly.
Parents
I mean,
first.
it's it's important to be parents, especially when you have kids, because they don't know better.
But
Simple
that's
as
also
that.
another thing that we agree on.
Yeah.
We have similar parenting styles, which it's got to be hard in a marriage when you get married, you fall in love, you get married, and then you have the children, and then you disagree on how to raise that child. And therefore, that will end up, too, breaking up a marriage.
Yeah. Sometimes the marriage break up because they don't agree on anything. It's okay not to agree on everything. I mean, I think that
Oh, we disagree all the time.
exactly, yeah. But when it comes to parenting, it's just a thin line that you have to take a time, take a breath, and understand what the other person really, really wants. If you want your kids to wear blue shorts today, and she say no, I want them white, let it be.
Yeah. And we do equal shares. If I'm out working, he's home. He's not home babysitting. He's home being a parent. And I think that, too, with our marriage. If I need to go on a girls' night, he's
I'm
there. If
yeah.
I need to go out for work, he's there.
I'm there, and I'm not blowing the phone. That's another
And
subject.
he's not blowing my phone. And that's
Yeah.
a whole nother episode that we will have
Yeah.
for you listeners out there. But I think those are small things that we can say just to welcome our show to you all, that, certain things. And obviously we'll go more into depth as the show goes on. And we're so excited for all our listeners. And
Yeah. We definitely want to create this podcast to share our life, to make your day better, and maybe help you in your marriage or anything that you want to do.
or help you through your marriage through COVID. See, it's a whole nother thing. This
That's
is
true.
a whole nother
Yeah.
ballpark for all of us. And we're all learning different things because now you've been stuck for months, and this has gone longer than we all thought. So it's just maybe like a new path road of understanding through COVID life, and understanding that you're not alone.
Yep.
Wives have frustration, husbands have frustrations, and we are all here to have the conversation,
Of course. Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining in. It's been an absolute pleasure, and until the next episode. And always remember, you can send questions and comments to mike&marieshow@gmail.com.
Well, thank you so much for listening to the first episode. This is Mike and Marie, and see you next time.